HGG Radio. It's Black History Month, and we here at HGG Radio will be featuring some Black owned businesses right here in Edmonton, Alberta. Join me, Odette Thompson, inside the Morning Flow Mondays and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. MST, where we'll be discussing the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, right here on HGG Radio. Come into a business near you. Okay. Coming to a business near you. All right. I see Damion smiling, which means he's hearing me. All right. And I got the comments. I'm so happy that you guys joined in. See, I'm not a technical person. I am so not a technical person. So you all witnessed it here firsthand. I am not a technical person. But thank you guys. I saw the messages coming in from Facebook. I saw the messages coming in from YouTube. You all said that you were not hearing. So, all right, technical team, they jumped on it and you are now hearing me. All right, so we are going to jump right in it with Sir Damion Dwyer. And so you are seeing the handsome Mr. Dwyer here on my screen. All right, I say handsome, but he's married. He's married, people. He's married. Yes, he's married to a beautiful, beautiful woman, a friend of mine. He's married. All right, so, all right, just look and say, yes, him handsome and keep it moving. All right, so Sir Damion, good morning to you.
Good morning, Odette. How are you doing?
I am well. So how is it on the south side? So folks, as I mentioned, he is jumping on and he is here in Edmonton. I'm on the north side of the city right now. He's on the south side. What's it like on the south side, Sir Damion?
Oh, it's beautiful here, nice and sunny, and the weather is awesome. Nice drive down this morning, drop my daughter off and head to the office, and it's incredible. I'm happy to be here this morning, wake up, and the weather is great. And in February, I'm grateful for that.
All right. I know many persons wouldn't understand when we tell them, like, it's -5 or minus, and we're saying, man, it's great. It's great weather. They would understand, but it is relative. It's because that we have been climatized. All right. So I want to thank you for taking this opportunity. When I had called you and I said, I would love for you to be a guest on the segment, Balancing on Purpose, it's because I understand the many hats. I know the many hats that you wear, and I watch you juggle them so well. And so I think that it would be very appropriate for you to jump on and to talk to us about balancing today. So I'm going to tell you folks, Sir Damion, he is of Jamaican birth. So he's Jamaican and he's living here in Edmonton. And as I mentioned before, he is married to Miss Beautiful Fiona Dwyer, and they have one precocious little girl. Yes, so they have one adorable little daughter. And so he is married. He has a daughter. He's an entrepreneur. He is a PK. All right. He's a PK. I have to put that one in because we're gonna talk about that. He's a PK and he is in ministry, right? So you heard all of the wonderful things that he does, right? And I know that he volunteers for different things throughout the year. So those are the things that I'm going to just highlight about Damion this morning. So before we jump into the interview, Damion, let my listeners and my viewers know, who is Damion Dwyer. Go ahead.
Well, as thank you very much, Odette, for the kind words. So as Odette was saying, my name is Damion Dwyer. I'm from Jamaica, Manchester, Jamaica to be exact. And my upbringing was in the church, is still in the church. And my father is a pastor. And all I knew in Jamaica at growing up is going to church and going to school. And at the end of the day, it makes me a better man. And although I was born in and raised in Manchester, I actually went to high school in St. Elizabeth, which is so kind of different because it's a complete different parish. And it's good to know that I was able to go to school there in St. Elizabeth and still reside in Manchester. And starting out, it was a little difficult. The good thing was that my grandparents are from St. Elizabeth. So I was able to, juggle between both families down in St. Elizabeth and Manchester. And, the good thing is you go to school, um, get good grades. That's what we are taught. And I did that. And I was very involved in ministry at church with my father. I was in a supportive role with him with the youth team and, the choirs, and used to play on a band. I play the keyboard as well. And it was a great thing that allowed me to develop discipline. And it allowed me to develop discipline from an early age and early stage in life. And while I was going to St. Elizabeth Technical High School, I don't know if anyone is listening. We used to go to St. Elizabeth Technical High School. Stats, yeah. I'm very proud of that. My wife went to Manchester High, so we're always, talking about that. And in school there, my background there was mechanics, and I always like to do things with my hand, and a little bit touch of mechanical engineering as well. And I did that throughout high school, and after that, I, you know, graduated and then move on to college. And if you're in Jamaica, if you go into college, most of the time it's Kingston. So I went to the great Jamaica. It's a German automotive school, so it's the highest level of mechanical school you can go to in Jamaica. Went there, and it was great. Learned the skills to be, the best technician you can be in Jamaica and the Caribbean. And while I was going to school, I was working with a engineering company with Alpart, which is a bauxite company in Jamaica. So that's where I was working while going to school, finished school, and I worked at that company, got to a good spot in the company where I was a lead technician at Alpart and working on those big equipments. And
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it really showed me that growing up in the church allowed me to take on that leadership role very quickly. And I was able to learn and manage myself and manage my emotions very quickly. So I always rely back on church, right?
Okay.
Always rely back on church. And my journey, it's so evolving. I was able to now to migrate to Canada. Sorry, before Canada, I was able to migrate to Bahamas, and I got a job with a civil engineering company there, and it was great. Obviously, they put me back in the management role, and I was there for about 5 years. And my wife, we got married. She came there with me, and then eventually the opportunity came to come to Canada, and it was so fortunate that I got a position in Canada, and God has been good to us. And coming up here to Canada, got to work for the biggest Caterpillar dealership in the world. That was just a blessing. And go on from that, I always wanted to have a business for myself, and that's why I'm on the show to show people that you can have a business. And Odette is going to go deeper into that. But right now, we have a financial brokerage firm, my wife and I. So just to cut a long story short, and Odette is going to go more into that. And that's Damian. And I'm very involved in my church here. The church I go to is Victory Life Church. And I'm going to go more into that as well as Odette goes by. Thanks.
Okay, all right. So we get the full rundown, folks. You heard it all here. We heard from high school, we heard college, we heard church, we heard migration, one country, then another country, then we heard first job, then we heard second job, to the part where we're now hearing that he is an entrepreneur. He is in the financial world. For those of you who know me personally, you know that my background is actually in finance. And so the story, I was listening to him and I was thinking to myself, the story of me meeting Damien and his wife Fiona. It can I tell you, us Jamaicans, we're different, we're different. We are just so different. I just love our people, absolutely. When you're in the supermarket, I'm talking about persons who have migrated. You're in the supermarket, and you're walking, and you hear somebody on the phone, and you hear them say, "Yeah, man, but me when tell him say." It's like, "Ooh, a Jamaican." You go, "Oh, hi." you know. I remember I went to a function. It was a function where we were I was working at a financial institution at the time, and I'd gone in representation of that company and did not know Fiona, did not know Damien, and I actually met them there. Damien was actually the main speaker at the event. And I remember I was like, what? Jamaicans in the house? Because I was the only other Jamaican there. And like when I heard that they were from Jamaica, I was like, oh, wow. So, I made a beeline to introduce myself to them. And we got to talking. I took a taxi to the event and it was winter. I remember it was winter. I took a taxi to the event and I was going to take a taxi back home. And I remember, don't know them from Adam's people. I didn't know them. Met them right then and there. We got to talking. And listen, and we trusting to you, see? Can I tell you the people them say, yes, man, we'll take you home. Have me jump in their vehicle. And I'm like, you all don't know who I am. But once we're waving the Jamaican flag, it's like, yeah, man, you're one of us. Come on in. So I remember that they had given me a ride home. And from that day until now, we have been friends. And that was like how I think it was like 2018, winter of 2018, because it was before the pandemic.
Yes, it was actually Black History Month. It
It was
was,
Black History Month. It
yes,
was. Oh,
yes,
so because I remember it was winter,
at the
right?
Africa Center.
Yes, 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 yes. So actually, so if it's 2018, so we're actually on our anniversary because it's Black History Month now, right?
Correct.
So 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. I've known you for 5 years. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh wow. All right, so folks, enough of me talking. You've heard Sir Damien talk and you've heard him talk about the many different things that he does. All right. So I want you to tell me, I'm gonna jump right into it. Typically I'd warm up to, but I want you to tell me what inspires you with everything that you do, right? What inspires you? I understand that for the financial brokerage firm that you operate, it takes inspiration, it takes grit, it takes stamina. All right. And in addition to that, you're a father, you're a father, you're a husband, and you are active in ministry. What inspires you?
Great question on it. Yeah, what really inspires me is quite a few things. First thing is my immediate family, my wife and my daughter. They come first. I want to be here for them. I want to give them a good life. Secondly, my parents and my wife parents. My parents, they did everything for me. My dad used to work in the sugar estate, chopping canes in the United States, work hard, send us to school. And I want them to live a better life. I want them to be comfortable. They're actually here in Canada right now at my house. I think they're listening. And all I want for them is to have the best life for the rest of their lives. And I have travel plans. I have so much plans. I want them to see and understand that we really appreciate them. And my sister as well, she's here as well, and her kids. I want to be that role model for them. And so most of all, it's family, right? I want to be that the one in the family to have that transfer of what we didn't have. And I'm so grateful for what my dad did for me, my mom, growing me up and bringing me up in the right way. And those are my why. And I want to make our family a better family, make me a better me. And the other big thing is that I want to give other fellow Jamaican and everybody then an opportunity to have a business for themselves and also be paid what they deserve, right? Lots of people, they're not paid what they deserve. And what I'm doing right now to have a financial brokerage firm, I give people the opportunity to get paid what they deserve and have a business for themselves that they can transfer to their family. That's my big why.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. The fact that it is family. You see, you ever watching those movies and you see when somebody's being beaten, and all of a sudden when they remember why they're doing this, and you just see them they muster up some strength. So I'm sure that some mornings when you feel like, oh my goodness, I want to lay in the bed and not come out, and then you remember your wife, and then you remember your daughter. It's like, okay, I have to get up and I have to go and do this, and they inspire you to do what you do. And this is awesome to hear because when we see young men that are working astudiously for family. And I love the fact also that you mentioned your parents. So shout out to Pastor Dwyer and First Lady Dwyer that's here in Edmonton that's listening. For shout out to you. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you, ma'am. When you mentioned um, looking at what he did for the family and wanting to make sure that you are there for them now, the gratitude that you have for what he did, and you want to make sure that the road is paved for your daughter and for other individuals. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about, you mentioned having the opportunity open to other individuals who migrate. Not so a lot of persons may not understand what you're talking about. Folks with a financial brokerage firm, there are opportunities that you can get into owning your own brokerage firm. So we're going to touch on that a little bit. All right. So um, what advice would you give to someone who is trying to find their purpose? Because you started out in the mechanics. You mentioned you are good with your hands, and that's from Jamaica when you were in high school. And so you went into the mechanics. But here you are, a financial broker, right? So you and you play instruments in church, and you helped your dad in terms of administering. So in finding your purpose, what advice would you give to someone that's trying to find their purpose?
Well, the good thing is that the opportunities here in Canada, and what I would say to someone, when I was just coming to Canada and I got here, I got a great job offer. And when I saw the hourly rate, I was really impressed. But when I saw the paycheck, I was okay. No one really educated me about finance. No one educated me how um, the tax implication work and different things like that. So in the back of my mind, I always wanted to learn about finance. I always have that interest. And the thing is, my wife actually, she has 2 degrees in finance. She has a bachelor's and a master's. So she was always into finance. So I always have that interest, and I felt that there was a need. And also, everyone need to understand how money work. Everyone need to understand how finance work. So first of all, at I must say, the one of the main thing is educating people, educating clients. I was able to get the education, and I want to pass it on to others, right? And when someone is looking at having an opportunity, I want to help them to get that education first of all, to allow them to not feel the way I felt 3 months after coming into Canada. I didn't understand how finance worked. And our business, World Financial Group, our company, someone sat me down and really went through everything with me and allowed me to understand how finance worked. And I asked the person, can I get some kind of training how to do this? And is this business opportunity available for everyone? And the person said, yes, you can actually get a provincial license. I'm like, really? Like, okay. And definitely that's what I did. I look at, okay, the least I'm going to get is a great financial education. And the most I can get is help a few people, help my families as well. And so the thing is, when you're looking at maximizing your time, how much time do you spend on different things that is not really, you know, educational to you or giving you that value? So I must say, when you're looking for something, looking for an opportunity, it should bring you value, and you also should be able to also give that opportunity to others. And that's what we do here at World Financial Group. My wife and I, we have a firm here, and because of that small education I took when I just came to Canada in 2018, we decided to have a financial brokerage firm. And because someone gave me the opportunity to have a license, a certification in Alberta, and because of that, now I have my license to operate in 5 different provinces: Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Ontario. And we have 22 licensed associates working with us, and 2 junior broker, 1 senior broker. And it's a 360-degree turn from where I was, because I was aspiring to continue in my mechanical trade, into the engineering field and mechanical field. I got there. I got to the top, and when I got to the top, there was no security. I live in Alberta. The oil price goes up and down, and I almost got laid off in 2015. And when that happened, I talked to someone and they said, "Listen, you need to have a plan B." And I said, "What does that plan B mean?" You need to have a business because no one can fire you from your business. And if I'm going to encourage anyone right now, I must tell you, if you live in Alberta or anywhere in the world, there's no job security. None. The only job security you can have is having a business for yourself. And I took that very wise. I took that as wise counsel. And that's
Mm-hmm.
when I started to look at opportunities, and I fell back on this opportunity because I saw where I could learn and I could also give other people in my community an opportunity. And because I took that wise counsel, I look at the business, I got it going in 2018. And guess what? 2020 came, the oil price went down. Not the oil price, sorry. The oil price went down as well, but COVID came. And when that happened, I was on the layoff list. If
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a plan B, I would have been out of a job. But guess what? I had the plan B. The business was up and running already. My wife was involved in the business. I came full time just before the pandemic. So when I said God was inspiration in my life, He was. And if you get instructions and don't good in counsel and don't follow it, then it's on you. The thing is, we are here to help you and guide you. And at the end of the day, do what you love, do what brings value to you and what allow you to have that income and also give other people opportunities. And that's what I did. And now I'm telling you, I am just open to help anyone because when I came to Canada, I wanted that help. I wanted that
Mm-hmm.
education. And that's why our business is growing so much because we give this opportunity to every and anyone. Because when you come to Canada, I guarantee you, 99% of the time, you have to shift careers, you have to pivot. Same thing we did here. And as I was saying, 360-degree from having a mechanical career for 17 years. And now I'm in the financial industry now going 5 years, right? And I'm so excited about the future of what we have to offer. And Black History Month, we are giving our Black people this opportunity. And I'm always open to expos. And that's where I met Odette. I got invited to a Black History Month expo, and we had a booth there. And it was so good that we met, cross path, and because of that, she became a client, and we are so good, and we work together. We still keep that relationship, and I must tell you that we're giving more and more people the opportunity to earn what they deserve. And as I was saying, when I was in my normal job, got to where I was not educated because the more you make, the more taxes you pay. And now I have a business that now I can give other people opportunity, and I'm able now to save on taxes, still contribute federally, but in a more efficient way because I'm giving
Mm-hmm.
people opportunity to get paid what they deserve.
What they deserve. Okay. All right. So, folks, you heard it here. He says, when you're looking for purpose, he actually tied looking for purpose along with his inspirations. All right. So, we had asked him earlier what inspires him, and we saw that it was his family that inspires him. His mom, his dad, his wife, his daughter, his family. He wanted to be that change. He wanted to be that generation that broke the mold, that did not continue the trend. All right, so that's what inspired him, and it led him into his purpose because yes, he knew that he was good at his hand with his hands, and so that was wonderful. And you come to Canada, you're an engineer, and so nice, don't it? So nice, man. Yeah, man, you're an engineer. But guess what? His inspiration, uh, looking at what he wants to do for his family, no, got him to look at no, I'm not feeling this. So you see, when purpose and passion and inspiration come together, you're gonna find that it's gonna cause you to change. and you're going to want to look into another direction. So we have him looking at what, okay, you know what, I wanted to learn about finances. I want to manage my finances better. I want to make sure that I'm making the right financial decisions. And so it got him into the position where he was learning more about finance, but it also created an opportunity where he saw that, okay, yes, I have the big title and the big name of engineer, but now I have the education that, okay, I can put this education to use. And so now I can have not just the title of an engineer, but I can have the dollar value going with what I want in terms of taking my family into the next step of being financially secure. So we're seeing here where his inspiration tied into his dreams, and it helped him to find his purpose. So I love the fact that you not only got the information, you not only got the knowledge for yourself, but what you are doing is you are wanting to educate other persons, because a lot of persons don't understand that when you leave your home country, especially, all right, when we leave Jamaica and we come here, can I tell you, it different. It is different. Listen, and as much as I was in the financial field in Jamaica and I came in the financial field here, it is different. You have to understand taxes. You have to understand, because the taxing system is totally different, right? So you have to understand the tax ramifications of a lot of things that you do. Then you have to understand how are you going to plan for your retirement? How are you going to plan for wealth transfer? How are you going to plan for all of those wonderful things, right? So it was a good opportunity that was presented to you, and I am absolutely loving it that you found your purpose in it. So now you're educating other persons who are coming in, who are migrating to Canada, who do not understand the system. One, they can either be a client or they can jump on and be a business partner with you. Right. So the opportunity is there, folks. All right. So what I want you to know, running a financial brokerage firm, it is no easy feat. And so as you're listening, and I know some persons who are here in Edmonton, or persons who are listening from Alberta, Ontario, because I know I have persons who are in Kelowna right now that's listening to the program. You know that, guess what? Once we're done this program, you can always reach out to me, and I connect you to Sir Damien, that he can tell you more about getting financially secure in Canada. If you have not yet started and you don't know what to do, where to turn, I will connect you with this man. Can I tell you? Uh, Anytime I talk to someone and I see an opportunity, I say, okay, hold on, I have the right person. I give them a call and I say, you know what, I have this person over here. I need you guys to talk to them, because I know that I'm going to put them with the right persons who are going to look out for them. All right, so jumping back to the questions, you told us what inspires you, you told us how you found your purpose. Looking back at everything that you've talked about, what is your biggest accomplishment?
Oh, that's a great question. So, I must say this. It's a few things. It comes together in one. Um, my biggest accomplishment right now is having this financial brokerage firm. That comes behind that is helping my family to be here, meaning that I was the first person out of my family to come to Canada, and I was able to help seven other members of my family to be here. And I feel so blessed to be able to do that with the opportunity I have. The business itself, where having the financial brokerage firm, knowing that because of this business, we partner with some of the largest and most reputable companies in the financial industry. Companies that BMO, RBC, TD Bank, Moneylife, Fidelity Investment, all those companies. And we're able to help people across the three major financial landscape: the investment industry, the banking industry, the insurance industry. And just to say a few things is that because we have so much in our basket to help clients. I'm talking about helping clients with mortgages, debt resolution, estate planning, um, any type of personal life insurance, tax strategies, and so much more. I feel like I'm at the place right now that it's even going to it's going to get so bigger because we're just starting out. So having this financial brokerage firm, World Financial Group, is one of my biggest accomplishment. Having a place in this community, knowing that in this office we're one of the pioneer Black families here to have a brokerage firm within WFG, within World Financial Group. And I must tell you, this company is so good to us. We have traveled 5 times last year because of this company, and we were out of the country 4 times. I must tell you that, and I've never dreamed about that in my life because of what this firm has done. And starting here, we came to Canada 2012, and we started the business 2018. My wife just reminded me to correct that, make sure, right? She's listening. And we're able to come in and start. And when Odette met us, we were like just the first 6 months in the business, close to a year. And we
Mm-hmm.
were able to attract this wonderful lady, Dr. Rose. And she's now a senior broker in the firm, making over 6 figures. And she used to work for the government, right? And we also attract another person into our business, and those are called the Moromas, and they're from Zimbabwe. So Rose is from Nigeria, Black person again, and
Mm-hmm.
and she's now senior broker, making over 6 figures. And we also onboarded another team, and the Moromos, they're from Zimbabwe, and they're making over 6 figures now, and they have a senior brokerage firm here in the building. And also another person that we onboarded that's doing very well. Um, Jackson and Gurley, they're from Zimbabwe as well. Black couple,
Wow.
black,
Mm-hmm.
and Gurley is from Philippines. So we're making sure we're mixing it up.
Nice,
And
a nice,
now,
what do you call it? What do you call it? The pepper pot? The
pepper
when
pot, there you go.
pot.
Yeah, and now they have a solid firm going as well, making
Mm-hmm.
figures. And I'm telling you, it's just a start. And I must say thanks to a lady now named Alessia Labamba. She actually got me into this business. She's from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys. So
Wow.
I'm telling you, like, and she has a mix of black and white, and I see her more as black, because she can relate to me, right? And also the person who actually trained me and grew me and Fiona into this business, Bernardo Infante and Laura Infante. They are our executive vice chairman, and they help us to manifest and grow this business to where it's at. And I
Yeah.
must say, it's first generation, Damion Whitaker and his wife, they are senior brokers with us now, and they have a wonderful family. They're growing a big business. The good thing is we're even expanding in the U.S. as well, right?
Okay,
So
awesome.
they have someone over there. We have an associate in the U.S. as well, and we're growing far and wide. And at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, this is my biggest accomplishment. I also want to say that we always put Christ in front, and He's always parallel and ahead and behind.
Mm-hmm.
He's always around us. And Fiona is on the executive team at church, and we're both praise team directors at church. So we keep a balanced life. We don't just work; we work, serve God, work, and have fun, right? So
Double.
definitely, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. It has been a big accomplishment for us, and I know this is just the start of seeding more and giving more people opportunity to have the same result that we're having right now.
I absolutely love it. I love it. Everything is actually just tying together because I'm realizing that um your inspiration and your purpose ties in together. And then when we look at your biggest accomplishment, can I tell you, folks, you don't understand what he's talking about. But you see, because I understand what he's talking about, this is a big accomplishment. It is a very big accomplishment. Somebody wrote in the comments said United Nations. When somebody said United Nations. It is a very big accomplishment for him and his wife to come um, from Jamaica. And yes, the wonderful title of engineer. It sounds good, but he wasn't doing what he wanted to do for his family. So the fact that God led him to this entity, for God to put him in the position where he desired to know more about finance, in order to make better financial decisions. It got him to this point where I am just absolutely loving it, where you're not only um having your biggest accomplishment, but you're helping other persons to get to their financial goals. You're helping other persons to expand in terms of their knowledge base and what they now know about finances in Canada. And you're giving persons the opportunity to own their own business. So, folks, you're hearing it right here. If you're in Edmonton, no, if you're in Canada,
And
if you're
US.
Canada and US. Yes, 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 yes. I do know that we have quite a number of listeners that are in the US of A. All right, so if you're in Canada and US and you want to get some more information about financial literacy, all right, this is the man to talk to. And guess what? I can endorse it. You know what? I can endorse it. I can endorse it because my background is finance and I do not recommend people who do not know what they're talking about, right? So I am endorsing Mr. Damion Dwyer and his brokerage firm that you can get financial information to make us better. You know, my people perish for lack of knowledge is a scripture that we often use, and we don't even know. This is what I mean. You know, my people perish for lack of knowledge when they don't have the financial knowledge and information to make better decisions for your family. Then you find yourself in this on this you're in this rat race constantly, you know. So get the knowledge that you do not perish. All right, so question: what do you wish you had known when you know it now, but you never know it when you started out? What is it that you wish you had known back then?
Wow, that's an interesting question. So, what I wish I knew, I would say is back then could be back when I just came to Canada or back in Jamaica. It's very, very, very deep. What I wish I knew was w- don't think small, think big. We're grew up, we were in a society where we always think a little bit small, or just think of what we see our parents do or what we see our peers do. I wish I could think bigger earlier, and at the end of the day, what was given to me I have to work with. And what I love is that you have to evolve and evolve fast and learn quickly. So what I did, I tried to evolve. I tried to think quickly, and I surrounded myself with people who are successful and people who are going somewhere, right? If my thing is, if I had to go back, I wish I could have done that earlier, and,
Oh.
and be able to have a bigger vision earlier,
Mhm.
and be able to help more people earlier, right? And so at the end of the day, that would the only thing I would say would be what I would look at. And opportunity in life, I would take more advantage of opportunity and take my earlier years even more serious, right? Whatever my parents was telling me earlier in life, I finally got to realize it in my teens, late teens. And when I really got focused, even my dad was surprised because I was
Mhm.
not a focused child. I was not a focused child. I wasn't very good on the economy. I wasn't a smart person like my sister. She went to Manchester High School. She passed exam in grade six. I almost got right through primary school before I get to go to high school. I had my last chance. and and
Oh,
that's
wow.
and that's when I actually went to high school in grade eight. My sister was in hye school 2 years, 3 years already, right?
Wow.
So I was a
Mhm.
little bit of a late bloomer. But
Mhm.
the thing is, I always I see the where I when I get serious, I get serious. My dad, he was buying stuff for the farms for me when I was
Mhm.
growing, because he thought I would
Mhm.
just go into the farm. And in grade 11, grade 10, sorry, grade 9, that's when I started to get serious. And when he realized that I got accepted to the best mechanical school in Jamaica, he was surprised.
You were
And
surprised.
he was very surprised. And when he went to the school with me, he took me to the school to do the exams, and you
Mhm.
had to do 3 exams to get into that institution. And he saw the amount of people, and across Jamaica, they were only taking 150 people out of the entire Jamaica for the year.
Wow.
And I was able to get there, and that's when I think my dad got see that I was serious, and
Okay.
no looking back from there. So at the end of the day, wherever you are, you can do that reset as
Mhm.
soon as possible. Make that decision and take it serious, then go forward. That's what I did. I wish I could make those decision is earlier, but God had
Mhm.
a plan for me. And at the end of the day, I'm just making my decisions and just helping people to make those decisions earlier in life and get
Mhm.
serious in life, stay focused. And because of the upbringing in the church, I was able to do so. But I got serious a little bit late sometime, but at least I got it. And because of that, I see where it's propelling me now.
You know what? I'm listening to you, and all I'm hearing is he's restoring the years. So all of the years that you are thinking, like, I wish I had started earlier. I should have, guess what? He is able to speed it up. So what would have been accomplished in 5 years, he's able to make that possible in 2 years. So even though you're looking back at it and you're thinking, man, I should have known all of this long time. I should have started a long time ago. God is able. And I love the fact that you mentioned at all times throughout our conversation, you're mentioning having the Lord at the helm. And that is the most important thing. So it takes me to the next question. I remember in a conversation we were having when we were just getting acquainted, and I had mentioned the church you had mentioned, and people remember, I tell you that I didn't know him. I didn't know him, did not know him. And when I mentioned my church to him, and he's like, "What? Yes, man. All right. So here's what I'll do. I will come and play for you. I'll come and play for you. I play at my church, but I'll come and play every other Sunday for you." And I'm like, oh, really? Thank you. you know, and I was just looking at his heart in terms of ministry. So this leads me to the next question. All right, many persons see ministry as a Sunday thing. Talk to me about ministry and how you have that folded into your life.
So ministry is very important to me. It's a big part of my life. It's involved. It's deeper than anything. Ministry is a day, daily, minute, hourly, second. It's all over, and it is the forefront of everything I do. It's in the background. It's there, and ministry is something that's engraved in my roots. I was born in the church. That's all I knew when I was growing up. And because of that, I use it to fuel everything that I do. In my first um, time away from home, I moved to Bahamas and I was working there as a lead technician. And in my first maybe 5 months, it was difficult. It was hard, and the supervisor didn't like me, and I felt that I know it, and he was trying to get me out. And guys, we had a holiday, and the holiday I just stayed home and I was on fasting, and I was just praying to God, and my family keep coming in front of me all the time, and I put him in front. I was praying, and at the end of the day I went back to work. Within a couple months, the supervisor moved to a different island, and I had got another supervisor who was just impressed of what I was doing for my job. And that's how God worked. And I use that to really fuel everything I do. So even though here I have a brokerage firm, God come first, and everyone knows that, right? We go to have a prayer meeting. I have rehearsal that I go to. We're involved in church every Sunday, and Fiona is an integral part in the church, where she's on the board as one of the main financial person on the board, and they respect that because of her accreditation and because we have a firm. and that goes a long way, right? So having God in our lives and having that ministerial obligation, we take it very serious, and it's the forefront. Everyone knows, it's not a secret. Everyone here at the office know, and even our leadership, they know that, right? They know that that's what our main thing is, right? And this is secondary every time, and because of that, it really keep us focused. And
Mm-hmm.
my wife, she's like the powerhouse in that. Sometime I fall back and she just pull me back up and say, hey, let's go. Right.
Yes,
So
man. Keep the main thing the main thing.
the main thing. So having the ministry in our lives, it really allows us to have that balance and
Mm-hmm.
something to fall back on and go forward into, because it is what allows us to be here. And our pastors know that, everyone knows. And so it's really good to know that we have the opportunity and to be in a country that we can worship freely, and have
Okay.
that in our workplace, and don't feel like we have to cover it or hide it,
Mm-hmm.
keep it under a bushel, but we can shine our light so people can see.
So it's a everyday thing for you, and I'm loving it. It's not just on Sunday. So yes, you play the keyboard, and I can I tell you, I'm smiling. I know you, and I know how you guys are as a couple, but I'm loving how you are just every opportunity he gets, you realize, folks, that he refers to his wife. And so there's so many things we have found out about his wife in this one interview already. She went to Manchester High. She have 2 degrees. She's the financial head. She's the one that pulled me up. So you know what this is saying to me? This is saying to me that at some point we're gonna have Mrs. Fiona Dwyer here on Balancing on Purpose, and she's going to talk to us about how she balance and keep everything in line, because we're hearing so much about her. But you know what? Yes, ministry is not just on Sunday. It's not a show where you go and you perform on a Sunday and people think that, yeah, that's it. You have to keep the fire burning. You have to make sure that it is, because you're representing Christ. And I love the fact that you do it even in the office, where persons can know, okay, that couple over there, they are Christians and they are representing Christ. And they know, all right, if something comes up where they need to do a ministry, if they're gonna have to choose, ministry comes first. And it ties into the scripture that I read earlier in St. Matthew chapter 6. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and then all these things are going to be added unto you. So that's what they have done, folks. We have a couple here. It's a Christian couple. They put God first. All right, so we're winding up here. So tell me, um, I mentioned earlier, you are a husband, you're a father, you are a musician, you minister in the church, you're a PK because you're still a PK, all right? And, there's no getting away from that, pastor's kid. All right. So, and you are an entrepreneur. So you're not only an entrepreneur, but you are a mentor because you teach. So you have your clients and you are teaching persons who are learning the business that you're exposing them to. So all of the hats that I just mentioned to you, all of it, because I know that sometimes I try to get you and I can't get you, right? So all of the hats, because I know how busy you guys are. Everything that I just mentioned, I want you to tell me, you get 24 hours a day, I get 24 hours a day. Tell me now, how do you balance it all? I want to know how you balance. You mentioned that you dropped your daughter off to school earlier this morning too, right? So I want to know, how does Damien balance it and keep sane?
Okay, good, awesome. So we have a mentor of ours. He's called Ed Milet, and basically, he has something called mini days, right? Mini days, meaning that, okay, how efficient are you at your day, right? First of all, if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail, right? So we have something that me and my wife do together, and this business, it really allows us to really maximize our time because of the training we get, and the people that work with us. So you have to understand that in Jamaica, typically in Jamaica, we have one time zone, right? One time zone, that's it. But here in Canada and in North America, there's like 3 or 4 time zone. I mainly work with 3 time zone. We have mountain time and we have Eastern time and Pacific time, right? So me and my wife, we plan our day the night before as much as possible. Sometimes we just talk about it. We have a shared calendar as well, that everything goes on our calendar. If something doesn't go on there, it's going to get missed. All right. So you keep yourself organized. So we pre plan our day, review our calendar a day and two before. And basically, your day starts. When does your day start? Does it say start mountain time? Sure, start Eastern time, Pacific time. So our more days normally start from between 6 and 7, or start to get going from in the fives and then 6, 7. And so basically, we're up from that time where we're getting our things ready for our daughter, getting her ready for school. We have our day planned out already. Drop her off. My wife, she's doing her thing at home. We connect with the team every day. We're on with our team. So to maximize your day, you can only do 100% of what you can do. But if you have a team working with you, now you can do, if you have 10 people working with you, now you can do, not out of that 100%, you're now doing 10. And your other people working with you doing the others. But the thing is, they're going to benefit from that. So when you're only working by yourself, it's going to drain you dry. But when you establish a team that you can work with to extend your hours, so between 7 and 9, that is a mini day for me. Between 7 and 9, what do I accomplish? So drop off get up, have breakfast, drop my daughter off, get to the office, connect with the team, have my executive meeting across Canada, and then my first appointment is already, I have already done 2 appointments between that time. And then by between 9 and 12, that's my second mini day. So I literally have 4 days in one. So my second mini day is between 9 and 12. Between 9 and 12, I'm working with my people here in the office, helping them. My wife, she's working with my assistant, doing all the follow ups and stuff like that. I'm organizing now for my second two part of my day. So I'm organizing now from for my 12 to 3, that's my third mini day in my day, and then from 3 to 7 or 3 to 8. So now I'm organizing, getting my meetings ready, preparing for my meetings, working with my junior brokers, working with my senior brokers, working with my associates, get them organized, because the busiest part of our business is in the afternoons, many days. So from
Okay.
12 to 3, we're
Mm-hmm.
planning, we're putting things together. And then from 3, now Eastern time is at 5, right? And now we're working with people in the East, right? And we're doing appointments. And by the time we get to 5, it's already 7 in the East. So we're working with those in the East, getting stuff done. And between, say, 5 and 7, now we're working with people here in Edmonton. And typically that's our day. And then we pre plan for the next day, and we have events going on. So the good thing is, we're not just working by ourselves, we have a team of people. Without the team, we are nobody. In any organization that you work, I can promise you there's not only one person, there's a team of people. If you don't have
Mm-hmm.
a team working with you, you're very, very self-employed, and you have very limited stuff that you could do in that day. But the bigger you have a team working with you, the more you can do in that day. So
Okay.
that's my mini days. So we have like 4 day in one. And if you stay organized, you can maximize on that.
All right. Awesome. Folks, you heard it here. He has many days. So in one of our day, he has four, right? So he has many days. And what I'm hearing out of this, it is to plan and you have to be organized, right? You have to plan and you have to be organized. You have to know what you are doing. You can't just get up haphazardly and not know how your day is gonna go and miss an appointment. You everything is written down. And so I love it. I love the fact that you work alongside your wife. So it is the teamwork that is there from the couple. You have both coming together because you both have a plan for your family. And so the working together, it makes it way easier. So you're not working against each other, you're working with each other. you're rowing together, and I'm absolutely loving it. All right, folks, we're talking to Damion Dwyer. You're listening to Balancing on Purpose. I'm your host, Odette Thompson. I'm watching the numbers on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm recognizing that persons are actually staying the course with us today. All right, so we have just two more questions I have for Damien. But folks, you're here in Canada or you're in the US of A, and he mentioned that he is a financial broker. So we're looking at being balanced. Yes, he's a financial broker, but he's also very heavily involved in ministry. All right. So he talked about being a financial broker and the financial information that he can offer. So for anyone that's listening, whether you're listening on HGG radio or you're watching on Facebook or YouTube and you want to get some more information from this financial broker, just send me a message. You know, our WhatsApp group for our HGG listeners, it is 825-343-4486. So that's 825-343-4486. So if you're in Canada or the US of A and you want to get some more information on financial literacy, you can talk to this man right here, and I endorse him. All right. So, and for those who are on Facebook, you can always just send me a DM. I want to talk to the gentleman that you had on Balancing on Purpose, and you can get some more financial information. You know, when you leave from a Jamaica to a US or to a Canada, it's a whole different ball game. All right. So, some easy questions, two more questions, and then we're out of here. All right. Because I know that you had to book some time off just to come and sit and talk to me. All right. What are you not good at?
That's an easy one. What I'm not good at, my entire team know this, is the administrative part of the work. I'm not the greatest at that. Fiona and my assistant, they are the ones who take care of that part of things. So, and so that's where you know what, I don't really try to go too deep into it. I try to just stay on the training and development part and helping people. And so yeah, that part is, even when I was coming to Canada, she did all the paperwork. I just signed. Right. So, but I wouldn't say I couldn't learn some more, but that
Mhm.
part I just say, you know what, I relinquish that, because at the end of the day, they're way better and fast than me, and
Okay.
like that, right? So that's the what I'm not good at.
You're not good at the administering. All right. So you know what? He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing, right? And you what? Obtain favor. Look at the favor that you're getting.
Amen.
Look at that. Look at that. All right. So God saw that he was not good at administering. So he sent him a helpmate that was good at it, folks. So you see, when you seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, then
Yeah.
look what he did to Sir Damien. He added an administrator to his life. All right, so awesome. I'm loving it. All right, so my final question to you today is, and I wonder if I know this. I don't know, and I don't think I know this. But what is your favorite food?
Oh, it's a couple. First of all, I love jerk chicken, love it, and ackee and saltfish. I would eat that every day. Right, those are my favorite. I love them, and now you know.
All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Can I tell you? I am watching the trend. We Jamaicans, I know it is our national dish, but it doesn't mean that everybody have to like it. But it look like everybody like it. It look like everybody like it because I've had so many persons come on here balancing on purpose, and I think there's only one person I think I can identify that did not select ackee and saltfish. Right, my guest out of Texas did not go for ackee and saltfish, but you know. Everybody is selecting ackee and saltfish. People, can I tell you, if you have not had ackee and saltfish the right way, you don't know what you're missing. Yes, I understand how ackee and saltfish can be on the list of your favorite food. All right, so I want to thank you this morning, Damien, for coming on this morning to the morning flow on the segment Balancing on Purpose. And you've heard it right here, folks. You've heard him transition from Jamaica, having a wonderful career as an engineer and transitioning to that of a financial broker here in Canada, and he is doing phenomenally well. He's doing phenomenally well with his team. His wife is his business partner, and they are also representing the kingdom of the living God of Israel. They are also representing the kingdom of the living God of Israel. So in everything that they're doing, they're putting God first, but they're also helping other families to be financially literate. They're helping their family to get ahead. And so I absolutely love everything that you talked about this morning, Damien. And so, folks, I want to say to you, if you're here in Canada or you're in the US of A and you want to get some more information on how to get financially literate, you can have a talk with this man here. Just send me a message and I will connect you to him. Again, to all our listeners that are on HGG Radio, Canada, or the US, you can jump on to WhatsApp 825-343-4486 and you can send me the message there and I will connect you to Damien and he will take it from there. And again, remember I said that I endorse him.
And I must say one thing, one more thing. I don't know if you were going to allow me to say a closing remark or not.
Yes, I was.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Yes, man, I wasn't going to let you leave and not testify.
Okay.
All right, so yes, so folks, I want you to remember just jump onto the WhatsApp group, send me a message if you want to get some more information. If you just want to get information on financial literacy or you want to talk to him about even going into business, he's available to talk to. And for those who are watching on Facebook and on YouTube, also you can send me a message in my DM and you can I will get the information to you. All right. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to give your closing comments, Sir Damien.
Okay, thank you so much, Annette, for having me on here. And I must say, our business name is purposely financial. That's our personal business name. We're under the umbrella of World Financial Group, and we picked that name for a reason. You need to be purposely driven and do everything with a purpose, with a drive. Even Odette had the theme on here this morning. I'm like, wow, that just aligned with everything that we do. So you need to be purposely financially educated. And that's what we do here as a company with the backing of all the big companies that we work with. And all we want to do is help. Our motto, our WFG main motto is no family left behind. And we're helping one family at a time to educate them get better financially. Even though I'm on here, I'm getting texts from clients who want help in so much different ways. And the good thing is when we sit with our clients, we teach and educate them. And what we want, we need more help. We need more help to spread the education. We need to more help to spread our campaign. We need more help to spread our crusade by helping each other, educating each other. And I'm telling you, every time I sit with a client, they said to me, Damien, I wish I had knew this years ago. I had a client last night. He's been here for 40 years. And he said, Damien, I wish I have met you 40 years ago. Life would be so different. So don't take this for granted. Having your financials in order is a big deal for you and your family and your family generation. When you pass away, when you leave this earth, there should be a transfer of wealth, and that's not happening a lot because people are not educated enough to do that. And that's what we do here at World Financial Group under Purposely Financial. We want to reach, teach, and mobilize. And if you're looking for an opportunity, we're here to help you. If you're looking to earn what you deserve, we're here to help you. And the good thing is, with our system, it's provincially driven. You have to get a provincial license, and you can have that license in any province and actually do business in the US. And we want to give people this opportunity because a lot of people don't have a plan B. A lot of people don't have a plan C.
That's
And
true.
and the plan A, sometimes it's tangible and someone say, I don't need you anymore. They lay you off, they fire you, and we need to get out of that state of mind to have your own business that no one can fire you from. And we're so grateful to know that we can give everyone an opportunity. and for them to acquire this accreditation at a fraction of the cost that a lot of people pay so much in education here. To come to Canada as an international student, you're talking about $20,000. You're talking about $10,000, some even 40. But the thing is, coming here and getting this financial education and being able to acquire accreditation that is recognized provincially and also federally, you have something in your hand that no one can take away from you. So feel free, connect with me. Odette has my information, and I
Mm-hmm.
give you my number as well. My number is 780-655-0170, and you could reach me at that number. And you could email me as well at dwyerfinsol@gmail.com, which is DWYERFINSOL at gmail.com, and we can definitely help you because we want to help one family at a time. And we also need more people to work with us. We need more licensed associate to work
Yes, yes.
to distribute this work across Canada.
You heard it here, folks. I see somebody put in the I already see. Listen, I'm gonna start collect commission. You know, I'm gonna collect commission. um, I have one person already on Facebook on my feed that is interested, and Sir, I'm married. So I see you, Sir Campbell, and I will connect with you, and I will make the connections for you with Mr. Dwyer here. So again, I want to thank you for staying with us, folks. You've been listening to Balancing on Purpose. We've been talking to Damion Dwyer, who is a son of the living God, who puts God first and watch God work. Everything that he spoke about just now, So I know some of you hearing him talking about financial literacy and planning for the future. Everything that he's talking about is actually scriptural, right? So one, my people perish for lack of knowledge. So you are in a financial straint because you don't have the knowledge, right? So that's the one thing. And two, guess what? A good man leave it an inheritance for his children and his children's children, don't it? All right. So you don't want me to quote no more scriptures up in here. So, all right. So we're talking about balancing on purpose, and we spoke to Damon Dwyer this morning right here in Edmonton, Alberta. He's on the south side. I'm on the north side right now. But we're giving God glory, honor, and praise for what he has been doing in the life of this young man and the life of his family and everybody that he touches. While he's doing what he's doing, he's representing the kingdom of the living God. So thank you, Damien, for coming on. Thank you, Fiona. I know she's there in the background. So thank you, Fiona. Shout out to all of the WFG gang that's over there. I know that from time to time I get information that the office is listening. So a big shout out to the WFG family over there on the south side of Edmonton. So, folks, you're interested in some financial information, whether you're in Canada or the US, just send me your information. Connect with me here on HGG Radio or send me a message on Facebook and I'll connect you with Sir Damien and you are going to be in good hands. All right. So God bless you again. We're going to be signing off from Facebook shortly. We're going to be signing off from Facebook shortly. And with that said, we want to thank God for all that He's doing in the lives of His people. We want to thank God because guess what? When He elevates one, the other one, he's going to reach down and pull somebody else up. All right, so I see you, Stephanie. She says, God bless you, Lady Thompson and Sir Dwyer. Thank you for sharing. All right, so we see persons that are all right. So we see persons that are interested and they're commenting. All right, so I'm going to be connecting with you. As always, whenever I have somebody, I always send them over to you guys. All right, so thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing this information with us this morning. And people don't just get the information and sit on it. Faith without works is dead.
That's
Didn't
right.
I said that I wasn't going to quote no more scriptures, don't it? But they get me. Faith without works is dead. So don't just be hearers of the word and do and yeah, hallelujah. All right, we're not going to preach this morning. All right, so thank you again, Damien, for coming on. I
It's all right.
enjoyed this interview. To God be the glory for the things that He has done. And so, folks, thank you for staying the course with us here on HGG Radio. We are going to be signing off from Facebook and YouTube. Jump on over to hggradio.ca where we continue. We're actually a few minutes out of signing off from the morning flow. So, for those of you who don't know, this is Odette Thompson, the host of the morning flow. And so I'm looking forward to coming back next week. I'm going to be here with you. Monday is going to be a holiday here, family day, but I will still come and share my 2 hours with you next week, Monday. All right. So God bless you. God bless you all. And remember, connect with me to talk to Sir Damion.
Tickets $15 plus taxes. Get your tickets at ticketmaster.ca or 855-985-5000. Also NBCC 780-425-0319 or 780-554-8955. Sponsored by the National Black Coalition of Canada, TD Bank, and HGG Radio. Edmonton, get ready for the 37th Annual Black History Month Musical Gospel Art and Culture Concert, Saturday, February 18, 2023 at 7 p.m. at the Jubilee Auditorium right here in Edmonton, featuring Citadel Relentless Worshippers, Ubuntu Vocal Ensemble, RCCG Rima Chapel Choir, Chosen Generation, Kingdom Youth Group, All Nations Full Gospel Choir, Berman University Choir, New Season of Praise, and Sounds of Praise. Special appearance by Crystal Reed, Sharice Brown, Tanisha Diligence, Lillian Kilani, and Remnant Creative Arts Group. Tickets $15 plus taxes. Get your tickets at ticketmaster.ca or 855-985-5000. Also NBCC 780-425-0319 or 780-554-8955. Sponsored by the National Black Coalition of Canada, TD Bank, and HGG Radio.
All right. So I'm hoping to see you all at that concert. It's going to be on Saturday, and HGG Radio is one of the sponsors. So if you're living here in Edmonton, you know that every Black History Month there is a gospel concert that's held, and it's held at the Jubilee Auditorium. So HGG Radio will be there live and in living colors on Saturday, and we're going to be broadcasting the concert. So for those who are in Edmonton, and if you're in Calgary, the weather is nice. You can drive down. All right. So I'm looking forward to having a wonderful time at that concert. Again, God bless you all as I sign off from Facebook and from YouTube. And we will see you on the flip side. See you on the radio side. God bless you.